Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi. I am so glad you stopped by. My name is Ashley and today we are talking about Disney World. More specifically, Disney with toddlers. So for those of you who are new, we just got back from our first Disney World vacation as a family and I learned a lot. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of adventures and we are planning our next trip already. So the tips that I talk about in this video, I will be using the next time we go to Disney. These are some things that either helped us have a successful trip, help make our lives a little bit easier, just some general advice for trips, especially to Disney with a toddler. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Starting off with the most important thing, bring the stroller. Please, please bring the stroller. I do not think we would have survived this trip without our stroller. Grayson is 3.5. He's a very tall 3.5-year-old. He's always been in like the 99th percentile for weight and height and since he was born. We hardly ever use the stroller in our day-to-day life, but we decided to bring it with us and thank God we did. Thank God, because we use that thing all day, every day. He had no problems sitting in there. You can give him snacks, you can put the fan on, you put the shade up, they can play with their toys up there. Please, just bring the stroller. And most strollers have, place for drinks for adults, place for drinks for kids. You got the little storage thing underneath, so it's really nice. And Disney has parking for the strollers all over the place, so you don't even have to worry about it. Bring the stroller. The next thing I would say is if your child still takes naps, please do yourself a favor and plan that into your day. We went into it knowing that we were going to take a break midday and it worked out beautifully for us. Oh God, it just worked out beautifully. We rope dropped in the morning. You don't have to do what we do, but we rope dropped every morning for the most part. And then after lunch, around that time, we went back, swam in the pool, and then Grayson took a nap. And then we went to a different park in the evening, and it was just great. There was one day in particular where we tried to skip the nap. He ended up falling asleep in the stroller, which we were excited about at the time, but then we realized you literally cannot do anything except for shop when your kid is asleep in the stroller. I guess you could eat, but you can't go on rides. You can't do anything when they're sleeping in the stroller except for shop and eat. I would rather him be taking a nap in the hotel, me getting to relax too, and then we all get to experience all of the things together. So highly recommend taking a break at some point, planning it into your day to take a break. Regardless of if your kid still takes a nap or not, it's nice to have that little midday rest period for everyone to kind of regroup, change clothes, etc. The next thing I would say, if you have small children, I would not recommend waiting in lines over 30 minutes, okay? We waited in the Ratatouille line for an hour. And it was torture for me as an adult to wait that long. By the end of it, Grayson was pretty done. He did it, but it was pretty miserable for all of us. So I would say do the rides, but don't wait more than 30 minutes for the rides. Time works differently for kids, as we all remember from our childhoods. So I would say try to keep the wait times to a minimum. The next thing, wear a backpack or some sort of bag. Bring snacks, bring water. Snacks are a great distraction for kids, especially for Grayson they are. I didn't actually bring snacks. I don't know why. We brought snacks for the road trip. We ate snacks, on the way there and on the way back, but we did not bring snacks into the parks. And their food is expensive at Disney, and toddlers don't usually like to eat unless it's a snack. So, you know, I would recommend bringing snacks. We ate at Be Our Guest restaurant, and Grayson's meal was $39 for macaroni. He didn't even eat all the macaroni. He didn't eat any of the green beans. He didn't eat the sweet potatoes. He kind of ate the dessert, but for $39, I could have packed him a snack and he would have been fine. So, just recommend packing the snacks. Lots of water. It's very important to stay hydrated, of course. Some things that I would highly recommend to bring in your backpack or fanny pack, whatever you should decide. Obviously, you're going to have your cell phone with you. Most people do. Bring a charger, bring a battery pack or a power pack. I actually didn't use my phone as much as I thought I was going to because we did not really utilize the Disney app that much, or the Genie that much to kind of plan. I did check the app, but it's not like I had my phone out, so my battery didn't really drain. But it's always good to have a backup just in case. Also, for small children, please bring a spare change of clothes. Doesn't have to be something fancy, just to get you by. Top, bottoms, underwear, obviously. With travel and just extenuating circumstances, you're out of routine, things happen, it's better to be prepared. We definitely had some potty situations on our trip, and I am glad we packed some spare clothes for him. The traveling, actually, the long drive and just the change in environment definitely caused some potty issues for him, which was unfortunate, but we did pack some things to kind of help us through that because I thought it might be an issue. We didn't bring Miralax with us in our park bags, but we did bring it with us on the trip because we knew that traveling can sometimes make people constipated, which is a weird thing to talk about, but if you have kids, you probably talk about poop all the time. I know we do in our family, so we brought Miralax with us, and I'm so glad we did. Just small kids are small, like their tummies are small. Like if they're constipated, it just ruins their whole day. I know for Grayson, like if he's constipated, he's grumpy, he's irritable, he, you know, easily frustrated, and going to the bathroom can just really make all the difference. So we brought Miralax with us. We also packed Pepto, adult Pepto and children's Pepto in our park bags, and we used that several times. I know this is probably TMI, but I'm just being real with you guys. When you have an upset stomach from something that you ate, it sucks. Like, it sucks no matter what. But it especially sucks if you're at Disney World and you're trying to have a really good time and it's also like 100 degrees out. And you don't get to do it every day. You don't get to do that every day. So you want the time there to be the best time. So think about that stuff in advance. The Pepto was a godsend. I'm so glad we brought it. We only used it for Grayson one time because he was more constipated than like upset tummy, but he did have an upset tummy at one point. It's just a really great thing to have. I'm telling you, upset tummies are miserable. So if you can take something to help avoid it, I would definitely recommend doing that. We also brought Gas X for us. I don't think they have a kids version. I don't know, but the Pepto worked good for Grayson. Gas X and Pepto for us, and then we also brought ibuprofen for Grayson and then ibuprofen for us. I get headaches daily, tension headaches daily, and so I did not want to be miserable at Disney, so I definitely took some ibuprofen. We brought his just in case. I think we only used it one time for him, but it's something that's good just to have as a backup. Okay, so those are all the things that I feel like helped make our trip successful. I did want to throw in a couple of other things that I would recommend doing if you're going to Disney World to really create that extra little bit of magic. So the first thing is character dining experiences. I am not a super huge character person. I've never been one to like want to go up and meet anybody, but we did the Ohana character breakfast and my God, it was my absolute favorite thing. So worth it. And my child's had the time of his life at this restaurant, and it was just pure magic. So I'm not saying that you need to do a character dining every day, but I would say at least once on your trip. I think next time we'll probably try to do like maybe 2. They are a little bit more expensive, but it was so worth it. So worth it. So if you can do a character dining, I would highly recommend that. So I thought I was gonna have a lot more tips and tricks to talk about, but I'm finding that just keeping it a little bit more simple is probably best. But I just want to say a couple more things real quick. In regards to waiting in line, 30 minutes is the cap, I feel like, with young kids. But what I found with Grayson, he's 3.5. He has a short attention span. He gets easily frustrated. He gets easily distracted. The first like 5 or 10 minutes in the line were the hardest. So if your kid is the same, what I would recommend is possibly having something fun to give them at the very beginning of the line, if it's going to be more than like a 15-minute wait. Like for instance, we ended up buying Grayson a couple of droids. We went into this experience knowing we were going to buy souvenirs. So if you are not going to be buying souvenirs, toys, clothes, all the fun things, whatever, you might want to bring things with you that can be like a surprise. Whether it be like a snack or a toy, something fun that they can do in the line, use their imagination, whatever. We of course bought a lot of stuff there, and I feel like having those small little toys, that was able to keep him occupied enough to where he wasn't quite so frustrated. So like even this. This is a pen we bought at our gift shop at our resort. He threw a tantrum over this pen, so we ended up going back to get it for him. $16 for a pen. But he carried this thing with him everywhere, and it was a great little thing for him to just play with in the stroller. I don't know, could be anything. Whatever your kid likes to play with, bring him like one of those things. They can play with it. In the line. Really, the last piece of advice I have is just try not to be too stressed about it. Go with the flow. I know that's easy to say. You're probably not going to be able to do everything that you want to do, but I promise your kid is going to have the most amazing time, and their time will be even better if you're not stressed about it. So, try to have fun, try to be happy, try not to let the little things get to you. I normally am one of those people where like I get easily frustrated if things don't go according to plan, but at Disney, like we were just so happy to be there, and we just enjoyed all of the little things, and we kind of went with the flow. Like I didn't get a ride a lot of like the more adult rides, but we still had the most magical time. So I would just say it's all about your attitude, all about the way like you handle situations. Just try to go with the flow, and I think you will have a really great time. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.